Alright guys, we're back on it again today. Basically I'm starting where I left off yesterday. I wasn't able to get out last night and get going on this. Just kind of took a night off, kicked back, and so the boys down for a nap. And you see I welded that. Still gotta, well actually I think I got those done. I still gotta put some welds on there, do that, get those squared away. So I'm gonna do that now, and then I think I'm gonna move my attention. You know, I don't know, I've been thinking about moving those lights back, but I don't know, they're still pretty visible. I don't know, what are your guys' thoughts on those? You see them back there? I mean, they're still gonna be nice and visible once I move my mud flaps up. So anyways, you tell me. I can go back with them fairly easy. I mean, it wouldn't be a big deal. I'm not sure what the law is on that. I'm gonna have to check. But I mean, they're visible. You know, they're just in a little bit. You know, but I'm gonna there's like those marker lights right there. I'm gonna move those marker lights. I'm gonna move them back to here, just so I have them. But I should probably, yeah, I don't know. I should probably move those back. Anyways, so we'll get on that later on. But yeah, so I think today I'm just gonna finish up doing some welding since it's like a beautiful day. It's in like, I don't know, upper 80s maybe. I don't know. I'm over here in the shade, and then like I said, I'm gonna put my come along. I'm gonna wrap it around that that lower deal and run it over here to one of these big holes on this cross member, and I'm just gonna pull it a little bit. I just want to see what that does up here. I want to see what it does to this, so I'll go slow with it. I want to see if I can just kind of, what it'll do. I don't know if it starts doing some funny stuff. The only problem I'm having is it's got like this bend here, so I obviously don't know what it'll do. I'm probably gonna have to cut it out. Like, it's gonna cut the whole thing out. I'm trying to avoid that. Maybe I can cut this section out, straighten this upper area. You know what I mean? Because it's like cracked. You know, it's cracked all the way from here, all the way down to there. So I don't know what it'll do. I'm gonna just see what it'll do. But I think I'm gonna have to just end up cutting this section out, straightening the top, and then just welding something back over here. And then, like I said, I'm gonna put that angle over the top. But anyways, all right, let's get busy doing something. All right, guys, so I decided just after I was done welding everything, I wire brushed everything really good. Well, I don't know, as good as I could. I just wire brushed the welds and all the bars, and I blew it off with my little compressor. And then I just painted it. So you unload enough gloss paint on anything, it'll make it shine. But I ran out, so I only put like two, I don't know, like probably like 2 full cans, because I have one can that was a little bit used. So, but it don't look bad. I mean, it looks, you back up, I mean, it looks a lot better. You know, half stuff's white, half stuff. So this stuff here, I'm gonna just sand it down when I'm all done with everything, and then I'll just throw some more black on it, call it good. Everything that was rusty, I just wanted to get paint on, so I just cleaned it up and painted it, and then that way I don't have to worry about it rusting all my welds and everything that I've been working on. So probably get a couple more cans of black and blast it and make it shine a little bit more. But I don't know, I thought it came out pretty well. I think it's pretty strong, to be honest with you. These hold a lot of weight. It's connected in the middle, and I've got little like fish plates on it, so I think it's plenty strong. Like I said, I'm gonna add a big old gusset on when I'm ready. I mean, I'm not gonna be towing my trailer for a while or anything. I might hook it up and just see how it fits, as far as like, you know, how much room I have between the back and, you know, turning and stuff like that. But beyond that, I mean, I don't plan on towing for a while. I'll probably spend some time with the truck, with the other truck on the back, figuring everything out, you know what I mean? So here's a look at it. Just, I think it looks a lot better. But anyways, yeah, I got everything welded up, and welds came out pretty good, so everything's burned on nice. Yeah, so what's next? Yeah, next thing on the agenda is to straighten this mugger out. I do have a pretty decent transmission leak. See it down there? So I'm not sure if that's because it's forward and maybe it's leaking out the dipstick, or that torque converter seal's leaking. You know what I mean? Since it had that busted thing, it was moving around in there. So somebody was mentioning like the torque, I think the torque converter, what do you say, the torque converter bushings or whatever. could be worn, and he said it'll start leaking like a mofo. So it don't leak really when I'm driving. I haven't noticed any leaks when it's on flat ground, but when I'm tilted forward like this, like on flat ground, like I see a little drip, but like after it's parked for a few days, you know what I mean? But when I'm tilted forward, I definitely have a leak going on there. So I'll have to check the torque of my pan and make sure the dipstick tube's in there, and then if it's something further than that, then I'll have to wait till I can get this. Have to wait till I get in a position where I can like really get it up off the ground and pull the tranny and like get it all the way out of there. So anyways, then we'll figure it out. So I'll step back. I'll let you take a look at the overhang, which isn't really too bad. So that's the overhang there. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's overhang, but I don't think it's too bad. So like I said, my transfer case, the back of my transfer case is basically going to be about here, and then transmission and engine and everything is going to be up on this front side. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. Alright guys, so earlier today I got out here and I cut a little piece out of here, just mainly because it was just kind of mangled to the point to where there wasn't really a whole lot I was going to be able to do with it, and I didn't think with that in there I'd be able to like pull it back into shape. Since I'm going to beef it up anyways, it wasn't that big of a deal, so I just cut that little section out. So you can see, I don't know if you'll remember before, or maybe I'll show a video before, but it was pretty, it had a dip here. It was pretty bent, so it's getting straighter. I put my come along on it today. I went from here and I pulled it from the big hook, and then I started pulling it from the hitch, and that seemed to do a little bit better. So it's not like way off, but it's still off. And you can see here, like these two pieces damn near match up, and then you can see that curve coming out of there. So I think what I really need to do is, I think the actual like problem is like in here, so like this stuff's all bent up. So I think what I need to do is make it like a relief cut here, maybe cut a little pie out of it or something, and pull it back into shape, and then I can, once I get it back into shape, then I can weld it back up. So I cut it there, and then I actually cut it here. Oh, let me get this stupid door. So anyways, I cut it there, and then I actually put a relief cut here because this stuff was all bent, so I didn't know if this was like keeping it from straightening out. And it don't really look like it was. It's just really the section here. So if you look down it, it's pretty dang straight, but just needs a little bit more. So I'm probably going to do just a quick little cut with my Sawzall, just a little pie cut, and probably just pull it with the winch there, or not the winch but the hitch, just hook it there, and I'll just come along it over, and yeah, I think that'll be okay. So let's try that now and see how it comes out. Alright, so this is what we got. I was able to kind of pull it back pretty much into position, so you can see here how my wedge kind of comes together, and so I'm not really worried about the gap of that. So you can see like just barely that, which is like, I don't know, probably not even 1/8 of an inch. So I think what I might do, and you can see here maybe just a little bit the way that I'm pulling it, it's kind of pulling it down just a little bit, but I mean it's still pretty straight, and you can look at this angle, you can see the one side is definitely better than the other. So I know that I'm really not going to get it perfect, so I think what I might do is, I don't know, I think I might maybe put like one more click on it, because it's almost the same as this other one here. So I might try to put like one more click on it, and then maybe I'll clean this up, and then I'll freaking weld it up, and we'll see how it holds. Hopefully it don't spring back too hard, because I think most of it was like right in this metal here. So hopefully that'll work. If not, then I'll have to figure something else out, but hopefully it will. Hopefully that'll be enough to hold it. So I don't know, we'll see. Alright guys, so let me show you what's going on here. I cut my little pie out, and basically what I did is, whatever the angle this was at the beginning, I pretty much did a straight line off of it, and then I kind of went straight, you know, straight up and down, and I cut just that little bit out. So I'll show you. I don't know where it went here, but anyways, you get the point. So I showed it to you. So basically all I did, I put my come along on it, and I got it to where, like I showed you, it was pretty much touching at the bottom. And then I just welded it up and burned it nice and hot. And I came over here, this where I made that other relief cut, you could see where the metal, you know, this had moved in when the metal was out, so I tapped this in a little bit just to get it more even, and I put a weld, but this part was like chunking out, so I don't know, probably just paint over it or something. But anyways, but yeah, so I think that's gonna do it. I pretty much checked the angle with the other one, and it's fairly similar. I mean, I laid my flat edge on here. It's pretty flat for the most part. I mean, there's a, you know, it's not super perfect, but it ain't really that bad. So it was a lot better than it was, and you can kind of see how with the side of the truck there. And then this one here, like I said, they're at about the same angle. That one might be just, there was a little bit of like reflex or whatever you call it, rebound when I let the deal off, but I think that held pretty well. I wasn't sure if that was going to work, but I looked at everything and I'm like, the only thing that's really holding it up is just this piece is bent, and so I don't know if it had bent something here or if it like just stretched the metal. You know, I mean, this truck's so heavy, I mean, it could have, but I think just getting that out of there was just enough that I need. And so now, once I cut this here, as the bottom part's going away, so once I cut it here, then it'll look even better, you know, because it'd be less of a big old scag hanging down that you got to see. So here it is on the side. Not too bad. You can see my straight edge there. I've got, it's a little bit, has a little bit of a dip in it, so probably going to end up having to, I don't know, I might put my jack under it just to see if I can get it up enough just to kind of straighten it out. I'm not overly worried. I could probably come along this forward, and it might like lift it up a little bit, but I don't know. And then I was thinking about what I was going to do, and what I think I'm going to do, I'll just heat this up a little bit, and then I'll just kind of knock it back into place as good as I excuse me, as good as I can. And then what I'll probably do is I'll probably end up taking this gusset, maybe, I don't know, it might change, but I might take this gusset and cut it back so that I have a little bit of room to work with, or maybe even here, might cut it back to here. And then I have some a sheet of 1/8 inch, just an 1/8 inch plate, so I might cut a little piece out, and I might wrap it around the top and come down and wrap it around the bottom a little bit. Sorry, crappy camera guy today. Anyways, but so make it like, I don't know, approximately like this wide, maybe a little wider, and then I'll shape it, wrap it around the bottom, wrap it around the top. We'll burn that all in, and then that should give it a pretty good structure. And then I'll weld the gusset back in here, and then that should be okay. But like I said, when I'm all done with everything, I'm going to figure out where I'm going to put my angle support. So up here it'll have a piece of angle that'll probably end up coming from on this side of where this gusset and stuff is, and it'll come over here, so then that'll give me extra support. So I think it'll be alright. So that's really just all I wanted to accomplish tonight. I don't want to get too late, make a bunch of noise, so but I think it'll work. We're getting there, we're making progress. So I wasn't sure how I was going to tackle this area, and it ended up turning out being a little, I don't know, maybe a little easier than what I thought. I didn't really know how I was going to do it, but come along makes things easier. Yeah, so what else is going on? Oh, I showed you guys already that I painted all this stuff up. So good thing I did. I had a crazy old rainstorm last night, so I got to get in here and drill my holes and put my bolts through everywhere. Some people were talking about additional supports. I did put the fish plate on the inside of the channel. Some people were thinking maybe I should like box it in, or potentially put another, like some kind of support on the outside of it. So I don't know, I'll think on it, see what I want to do. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do, but don't know. I'll get it figured out, and we'll get it into place there. So that is it for tonight. Still gotta move these mud flaps, and I really, like, I'm at the point to where I need to like make a list and start, you know, getting all these small things checked off. That way it can come together, and I can start cruising it around, get my truck on the back, and do some driving with it, see how it goes. But we still got brakes to do and some other stuff, but we will get it. So this is like the update. I'll probably put this up tonight since I haven't done a whole lot the last few days, but I want to get you at least an update so you can see what I've been doing. Got freaking rained out last night. It was just the craziest thunderstorm I ever seen. So anyways, I'll get this beast back over there and park it, and we'll get her finished up another day.